Continuing our slides, as honors program clients who are above average in calories burn trainers are given 10% off next month's dues. Display the client. This SQL queue displays the client ID whose calories burned is greater than the average of all clients while listing the client ID, calories lost, and facility. This is a subquery. You can see the client ID, calories lost, and workout. To keep an eye on clients' calorie count, consumed trainers need to show how much their male and female clients are eating. This shows the client's calories burned by an inner join of from the client and energy intake. Then we have how much fluids the females consumed on a workday. They display the client gender and fluid intake for the work days. This is a left outer join. And you can see the nulls in there for the fluid intake on some of the females. And this is a right outer join. The same thing really, it's displayed on the left side, the nulls you can see on the left side. Same thing displays the client gender and fluid intake for workout days. Then we have display the client ID and body fat percentage in one column. This is a union of client and body fat percentage, the client first name from the workout facility. And it basically just shows it in one column. That's what we did for the union under client first name. And you can see we had the body fat percentage right there listed under all the client's first names. Then we have creates a stored function that stores the BMI for overall date and facility per client. What this does is it's a stored function. The function basically takes the BMI, the body mass index of all the clients, and scores them. We have for anything less than 14, we have a score of buff. And then any score above 14 and under 25, then we have built. Anything above 25, then we have a score of needs work. And this is the function as it's written. And then to the left, the next slide is calling on the function to actually run. And then the last queue we have is create a procedure that brings up information of client's ID, name, and gender. This is a stored procedure, a very simple stored procedure that we went ahead and stored and ran. Some of the project difficulties that we ran into, one of the first challenges we faced was organizing the data into our ER diagram. When we first made the proposal, it was easy to say, let's just have this information and throw it in there. We didn't see it as a whole when we first were making it in the proposal. As we were making the diagram, we realized that we needed more. We need to restructure it and how all the entities were going to flow. And I feel like we neglected to form a better relationship with some of the entities. We had to go back and resort the entities that we did make and change some of the names and restructure some of the attributes that came with them to form better, solid relationships that made a little more sense. After that, that made the ER diagram much easier, and we had a clear understanding of what was going to be in our database and what was really what we were trying to show in our database. Once we had the ER diagram, we needed to sort out some of the queries. Most of them we were pretty familiar with because we do them, and we did them quite a bit in lab. The things that we weren't experienced as much, we weren't too familiar with, was the store function and procedure. That was a little new, but considering we've had some background in other programming languages, once we saw a few examples that other people were doing from the book, we kind of had an idea how we could incorporate that into our database. So one of the functions that we did that I just showed you was how to run the Boolean statements, run a Boolean statement to provide a score for the BMI and give the client a rating. I feel that this project really helped us understand how to make an ER diagram and basically how to get a database up and running at a small database in a small database sense. This is pretty informative and really helped. It's going to help us out in our future careers.